Hey, what's up, y'all? Another episode of Dooley Harris Presents. Been a lot going on since the last episode. I got my guest in here. How do you want to be described? I know you so many names and monikers and AKAs.
Hey, listen, man. It's the one and only. You hear me? It's the what? I mean, Mike. Tune online. Everybody call. Listen, online is Tune. Everything, mostly everything online is Tune.
Okay,
Poetry, but
all right. We had a lot of things happen since the last episode. We don't touch on all of them, but I gotta really say, I mean, without a doubt, I gotta touch on the halftime show. I waited to get home to watch it. I just watched my timeline though,
mm-hmm.
and I saw people, oh, this sucks. This, that. It's the worst. And I'm thinking like, oh wow, how could it be that bad? Now, if you go beforehand, if you go into watching his performance and everything without doing, knowing his knowledge of how he is encrypted with his videos and stuff like that, like everything has a meaning in his videos. I think he would have took it up a notch for the you all right too? I think he took it up a notch to for the Super Bowl as anybody would, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's basically a plug for free promotion. You know what I'm saying?
Best.
So
Listen, some of the best promotion you're gonna get in your career.
yeah, so he did it. He did it to the point to where it was so many things. I'm still picking, finding stuff like those from there. For one, he took shots. He kept taking shots at Drake. Two, he took a shot at our government. He took a major shot at our government, and I don't think they would have let it happen if they would have understood it. For certain few breakdowns, he played on Drake's. He played on his pride, I would say. From the chain he wore, it was a lowercase a, which would be what, A minor.
Mm-hmm.
He had the owl wing on his hat. Um, Samuel L. Jackson. He said some key things that went over people's heads. He spoke of things from his album, from songs like he was saying like, "Play the game, don't be ghetto, loud, and reckless." Things like that. He played off of that. Um,
Listen,
Also,
every time they teased us with the "Not Like Us" beat, you heard. Listen, Samuel. He was talking about. He was saying something to the effect of,
I know you
"You know,
nothing.
you know, you can't play that."
Yep. Oh, he said things like "play the game."
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do. Um, Another thing on his jacket, Samuel L. Jackson, he had 16. I want to say 16 stars on this jacket. That symbolized how many states were free slave states, which a lot of people didn't catch. Then
A lot
throughout
of
it,
listen, something else people didn't catch is when they made the flag with all. First off, all the black people when they made the flag, it was all black people. Whose back was America built on?
and then the formation actually showed that too. The formation. People didn't look at the formations and things like that, the moves. When you're looking at it like face to face, it's different from an aerial perspective. And the Super Bowl, they give you all those angles. Um, what's your take on it? Like, I mean, does he go up there with the greats for the Super Bowl?
Oh, listen, that Super Bowl alone, right? Pac is smiling down from Thug's Mansion right now. That was the most blackest Super Bowl performance ever. And they might not let us have another black. They either not gonna let us have another black entertainer, or the next black entertainer they choose is gonna be some cool motherfucker.
I don't know. That might have opened the doors, though. He might have paved the way for somebody.
Listen, they ain't gonna let nobody be that black on that national of a stage again.
It's happened before on different stages.
And
Different
every
state, not the Super
trying
Bowl,
to
though.
destroy
Definitely
that.
not the.
Think about it. My man's the black dude at the Olympics that went like this.
Mhm.
Lost almost every endorsement he had, all because he raised his fist.
Fun fact about me, one of my English teachers, rest in peace, Miss Johnson, but she was a part of that group that actually put that fist up during the Olympics. We used to call her Lady J. She was something else, man. She was definitely a teacher. Um,
I had a second grade teacher. She had a picture of her as a little girl, as a kid, and her mama at a Dr. King speech.
that's crazy. I had a teacher I made cry before. I don't
No,
know
no,
why
no.
people. That's
You
one.
want to know what's crazy? You want to know that what's crazy, right? They talk about slavery and racism and Jim Crow and segregation. They want to talk about all that shit like it was so long ago, right? I'm about to put it in a time frame that anybody watching this can comprehend in their mind. The first black child to go to and integrate an all-white school in Louisiana, right, is only like 70, 71 years old and has an Instagram account.
Putting that in perspective, that's not very long in our lifetime.
At all. We all know somebody that's 70.
Yeah, that's crazy. Um, damn, you just what was
My
that?
friend, listen, let me put it into more perspective. Let me put it into more perspective. My granny that's dead was 84 when she died. 14 years older than the lady I'm talking about. I forget her name. My grandmother that's living, she's from Canada, right? She's not my biological, but whatever. She raised my mama, so that's my grandma, right? She was married to a black man in a time when that was a no-no. She's 80. Like, people talk about this shit like it was so long ago, but I could get my grandma right now and she could tell you about being shunned by the rest of the community because she was married to a nigga.
I mean, we hear the horror stories, and then it still go that. But you know what? That still goes on.
No, like, she remembers when they would tell her, you can't come in here because your husband black.
I mean, in so many ways, but it goes both ways. Some people are accepted, some people not.
I ain't gonna lie though, right? Listen, and oh yeah, the little record button on. So let me make sure I hit this with the preamble and the disclaimer of these are my own personal thoughts and opinions that are in no way directly tied to or affiliated with the thoughts and opinions of Dooley Harris or the People's Podcast. Right? But in my opinion, black people, we just need our own country. We need to stop trying to get accepted and equal and equitable rights from our oppressors, from the same people who are in the positions that they are in, because their ancestors stole and brought our ancestors over here and beat us and killed us and oppressed us, and are still trying to figure out how they can do it without it being so fucking obvious, right? Instead of trying to get equal rights under the law with them, the law that these same motherfuckers decide, right? These same motherfuckers that don't like us anyway, they decide the laws, right? Instead of trying to get equal rights under their laws with them, we need to get the land and build the infrastructure and have our own country, have our own shit.
Sound good, but the average person wouldn't know where to start with, and the average person wouldn't know
Listen,
what to
you
do.
only need listen, the United States of America was started with 3 people. The rest of the people that signed the Declaration of Independence jumped on the bandwagon. It only takes it only takes a small group. Everybody else will jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. You got the way it is now. I think it's a too little, too late to try to. It's so much damage just went on and everything just to separate like that.
Oh,
It,
listen,
it, it's
listen, hold on. Let's be completely honest. The first 5 generations, right? And by 5 generations, I mean 20-year generations. So the first 100 years, shit's gonna be confusing and fucked up. But eventually, listen, this all we got. So people gonna learn to figure out. Listen, all we need to do is lay the blueprint. Initially, this is going you always gonna have people that initially buck at the system because they used to the old system. Listen, that's why you don't force nobody to come. You don't force nobody to come to this new nation that's full of beautiful black people. You want to come? Come on over. You can come. We welcome all. Listen, if you are a member of the African diaspora, you are welcome on our shores.
I got a question. Would anybody other ethnicity be welcome?
I mean, anybody can come, but like, we gonna make it clear that like we started. This is a country by black people for black people. So just know when you get over, if you decide you want to come here and maybe move here or come be here as a tourist, just know all you gonna see everywhere is niggas. It's gonna be
Okay.
niggas flying the plane, niggas driving the buses, niggas driving the cabs, niggas
Okay.
running the stores.
Now, as far as the justice system and everything goes,
Niggas.
would it be treated fairly to anybody else that's in the justice system?
Of course. Listen, we not listen, just because we're separating because of hatred and oppressors, we're not going to become the very thing that we're trying to separate away from.
Okay. I'm just asking. This is hypothetically what how I feel like I should ask things in order for me to get a better understanding.
Yeah.
So I
Listen,
mean,
the goal is to never become what you're trying to get away from. That's never the goal. Is but listen, listen, we need a nation that's by black people for black people. The government is black. The store owner, like everywhere, like yeah, other people can come, but the foundation is black people. Everywhere you look, it's black people. It's niggas. It's people that look like me and you.
okay, and would there be any requirements for anybody to be there to be a part of it?
For the first for the first 50 years, I say, because I feel like it'd take 50 years for a culture to like for the new culture to really get established and people to get settled in and be like, hey, this is how we do things over here in this black utopia, right? For the first 50 years, if as a black person, if you want to gain citizenship in this new country of ours, you have to renounce your citizenship in unless you was born in an African country, you have to renounce your citizenship in the country of your birth.
Um,
Because when we're building the infrastructure, we don't want no one that's not all in for the cause. Because they're gonna try to fuck with us when we building the infrastructure. They're gonna try to destabilize us and fuck us up. And we need people, we only need people that's all in, that's like, bitch, fuck, we 10 toes down about what's going on over here about this program.
yeah, not only they, but us too. I was trying to get to too. Like you said, people buck at the chance of something different. Um, it's an amazing idea. And if you notice though, you see wealthy people in this country in the state buying up stuff, making many versions of what we're talking about. So that's an eye opener, ain't it? Only thing is, it's still based under the same law.
Got whole compounds where the entire family lives.
Hmm.
And if you're not part of that bloodline, you can't come nowhere in that city.
Yeah, you come as a guest, but like as far as being there, yeah, which is cool though. I think it's actually cool. That's doing something useful with your money.
We just listen as black people, especially with our history here in America. We just need to take it a step further and not just our own city, our own nation. We need to be off over here.
Yeah, I can see that. I can agree with that. Another thing though too, it's like a lot of stuff going on. Like we talked about before, every alert I get to my phone, nothing but executive orders. Now I have to admire if
Executive orders about some about shit that don't
oh
they
no,
distract.
it means if you pay attention, it's
No, no. Some of the stuff is a distraction from what's really going from something he's really trying to do. Right, like I can't remember. I think it came out this morning when he signed this morning, lifting the environmental restrictions on the laws that he had put in place in his first term. That don't do nothing but channel more money into his company that his son owns in his stead while he's president, which means more money in his pocket. And the fact that that made headline news and that he announced that means he's distracting us from something that's really going on.
well, in all honesty, everything that's going on is what's going on. Like it's so much stuff right now. Yeah, I think the next step is somebody pushing the button. That's pretty much it.
Listen, no, it's not even that. See, the next step, you ever seen V for Vendetta?
It's been a minute.
High Chancellor. That's the next step.
What you mean?
Listen, the newly appointed office of High Chancellor is the next step.
Well, he won a
That,
lifetime position.
listen, remember what he said too. In his campaign, he said, you only have to vote one more time and then you never have to worry about it ever again. You don't have to do it anymore. He said that.
That's a fucking dictator.
Listen, he's trying to shut down branches of the federal government. When they told him you can't stop funding to branches of the federal government that are designed to specifically aid American people, he started offering federal workers buyouts.
Yeah, and they taking them though. By the way, just to set this
I
disclaimer though, these are not the
feel
views of
like if you a Fed, you either hate niggas or you a sellout. Like you either hate the people or you a sellout already. One of the two. You either hate the common man or you a sellout. Those are the only two options if you a Fed.
I can't say that.
That's
I
how
have I have very close friends that do that, and their reasoning is different. It's the same as our reasoning.
hold on. And when I say Fed, right, I don't mean postal worker. I don't mean state notary.
No, I'm talking about
None of
law.
that. I
As
mean,
far as
like,
law
your
goes,
job is to lock motherfuckers up on a federal level. Like your job is to fuck over people on the federal level. You either hate the common man or you a sellout.
I can't. Like I said, I can't say that because their reasoning is the same as one of our reasonings. What we do, what we do things for, feed our family first and foremost.
For the love of money.
Money, but benefits, 401ks, pensions, retirement. You got to think about that.
I mean, it's just certain shit, right? Right. Like we've had the conversation with how I feel about black police officers, for example, right? As a black man, with my understanding of the history between police and black men and the current relationship of police and black men, it is mind-boggling to me how, as a black person, you could ever make the conscious choice and decision of your own free will to join that system and that program. A system and program that, when it was very first established and very first started, was about hunting and killing niggas. It ain't never changed.
Well, I mean, look, Hey, this is one up there. I appreciate this episode. I got to do a disclaimer. Like this is just views and opinions of a guest, and anyone's welcome to chime in. You'll be able to. I'm not here to miseducate anybody, but
Yeah,
it's
again,
just
these are my own personal opinions. Everything I'm saying is my own personal opinions.
okay. But yeah, I mean, you get that. But of course, being on the other side of the law, you're gonna have a different perspective. That's always. I
I mean,
grew up in a,
listen, I'm a 9 to 5 man now. I get up and go to work I get up and drink a cup of coffee and go to work every morning now.
but you haven't been that way, so that gives you the proper education to speak how you speak, though. You know what I'm saying? You got that both. I mean, for one, you know and understand and respect that you would not
I have
make it.
a cousin that's listen, I have a cousin that's a former Marine and he feels the same way. That's why he won't re-enlist.
Agreed.
Like he admits that like he bought into the illusion when he first enlisted, but he said like after serving that tour, said his eyes is open and he'll never re-enlist.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but at the
Like,
end of the day, I'm still saying once you from that, all right, let's just say my upbringing. If I would have stayed in the environment and stayed the way that I was brought up and everything like that, my opinion would be definitely different. I wouldn't be doing a 9 to 5. I wouldn't be praising 9 to 5 myself.
I mean, I feel I can understand where my background influences my opinion. That for sure, definitely.
That's
Because
all I was saying.
I definitely come from a background where you see more the negative side of the law, even when you're trying to do right.
That's the aspect I'm trying to push because I was honestly doing right and had something wrong happen. You know what I'm saying? And it showed me, it opened my eyes at the moment. Whatever happened showed me to like, well, dang, if I was guilty about anything, I would have been SOL. And and on top of that, they was doing something that wasn't procedure, standard practice.
I'm gonna send you the article, right? I'm gonna send you the article. It was put out by the Innocence Project. There was this black guy down in I think it was either Texas or Georgia, because it was a black guy and a white guy. The white guy, his case is still going on. The one that died is the black guy, right? He was convicted of a murder that he didn't commit. Like even the prosecutors was coming out and telling the judge and the governor, like, hey, we have new evidence to say this man that has been convicted of this crime and is facing death, is facing the death penalty because he was on death row. But even the prosecutor, not just the defense attorneys, even the prosecutor was like, hey, you can't, no, we got new evidence to show it wasn't him. The governor still executed him for a crime he didn't commit. Now, on the flip side, right? A white woman can put her kids in the back seat, I'm not gonna say any names. I don't want to say any names. Ain't nobody about to get me for defamation or nothing. But a white woman can put her kids in the car and drive the car into a watery area until the car is submerged and leave the car with the children in the car to drown and die. And get what amounts to a slap on the wrist. A white woman can stab somebody I can't remember, was it 13 or 27 times? One of the two. Stab somebody like 13 times. No, stab him 27 times, slit his throat, and shoot him in the head. All while he was in the shower and she started off sitting in the living room on the couch and plead self-defense and get what amounts to a slap on the wrist. right? But the black man gets executed for a crime he didn't commit. That even the prosecutor came forward and said, "Hey, he didn't commit this."
That's unfortunate, but at the same time, man, so many injustices happen, and I think the rules should be applied to everybody. I think that's safe to say. Every rule should be applied to everybody, and that's the issue. I mean, messed up stuff gonna happen. Consequences is different though.
And while we're on the subject of the death penalty, right? Right, while we're even on the subject of the death penalty, something that bothers me about that, about states that have the death penalty, is if you kill my brother, I'm not allowed to kill you. Like if we live in Texas, because Texas is a death penalty state. If we live in Texas or California, those are the only two death penalty states I could think of off the top of my head. Right? If we live in one of those and you kill my brother, right? I can't come kill you, even though we have all the evidence and it's very clear and obvious that you killed my brother. But the state can kill you.
And then you ever heard of? I'm sorry, I have to
If
interject.
murder is wrong, murder is wrong. If
Yeah,
it's
you're right. You're
wrong,
right. You're right. You're right.
then
You're right.
let me get my pound of flesh.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be that way. It's a such thing called justice, and then vigilante justice.
Listen, I feel like justice. Listen, I'm even willing to compromise. We can go through the whole court process, right? And whether he gets life in prison or the death penalty depends on whether or not the uh the surviving relatives, the surviving family of this man or of this person that was killed can pull the trigger, can bring themselves to pull the trigger and kill this man and kill the killer.
Okay, with that being said, would you impose this on the land that you want to make for us?
Oh, absolutely. That is absolutely the law. You kill somebody and you get caught and you go to jail, right? And the police do their investigation and they gather the evidence and a jury and a non-biased jury of your peers finds you guilty was going to determine whether or not you get the death penalty is this man's mother or father or brother or sister or wife or son or daughter, whether or not they have it in their heart to squeeze the trigger and kill you.
Understood, but this is a two-part question now. Now, with that being said, when they first started in the beginning of governing this country and stuff, nothing was perfect. A lot of mistakes happened. Big mistakes happened. Correct? So with that being said, us learning from the past and everything, I could say, okay, you start the place of there, mistakes will happen. There's always going to be someone there to cause confusion. There's always going to be somebody there to get rid of the evidence and try to hide the absence of evidence. You know, you're gonna get that type of thing no matter what. Nothing's going to start out perfect. You know that. That's why I'm guessing you gave it 100 years for everything to be perfected.
That's why I said 5 20-year generations.
But with that being said, that's going to build the same resentment as these older people that we know now to this day that were the first to do this, first to do that. I lived this long and I saw this and witnessed this. It's going to go the same way. You do know that, right?
There are always going to be people that disagree with the government and the law of the land, right?
Absolutely.
The difference is, right, this law is equally applied to everybody. It's not a certain ethnic and social group benefiting more from the law while the other suffers more from the law.
So where would there be a social class in this area? And think about it. Think about it before you answer, because it's a two-part. There's another question to that. Will there be a social class?
In my opinion, right, in my opinion, the least wealthiest person in a nation should be bringing in 6 digits a year. That's my own personal opinion.
Now,
The
now,
least
now,
wealthy, listen, the lowest financial status person in the nation should be bringing in at least 6 figures a year.
there was
There's
still
enough money and resources in the world for the least wealthiest person in a nation to be bringing in 6 figures.
so there still would be a minority.
I mean, there's always going to listen. Eventually, as society progresses along, no matter how equitable we try to make things, there's always going to be something that people make some sort of class system out of, right?
So,
And so if we already accommodate for that eventual happenstance from the get-go, we can already have it set up so that to survive,
is it safe to say that our country done that too?
listen, we can set
Just
it
think
up.
about it. Think about our country did the exact same thing you said.
Listen, then it's even more horrible because they intentionally set it up and designed it for people to be in extreme poverty.
No, no, you know that's the truth
In
though.
the situation I'm talking about, ain't no extreme poverty because in the situation I'm talking about, right, there's enough money and resources in the world for it to only cost 5 digits a year to survive, and every single person at a bare minimum make 6 digits a year. There's enough money and resources in the world for that to be a viable option. So there's definitely enough money and resources in the world for that to be a viable option in one singular nation.
Not without adequate resources, trade, commerce,
There's
things like that.
There's enough resources for there to be adequate resources. Do you realize how rich in resources and wealth Mother Earth is? That's why everybody killing each other. That's why the elites are all killing each other.
Well,
It's over the money, it's over the wealth and resources of Mother Earth.
and terrains of absolutely diamond, diamonds, copper, ore, metals, oil. Your region, you really got to just accommodate. You know what I'm saying? You got to like use it for what it's worth. And a prime example, I would say the sheiks, the people in Saudi, generations and generations, passes oil, it's endless oil. Now,
It's not necessary. Sorry, go ahead.
sorry, hear me out. Obama, he wanted to go green. Want to know why? That should have saved us a ton of money, and then saved us a lot of conflict. You see where I'm going with it?
It would listen. Going green would create more American jobs. Matter of fact, not even going green, right? Tapping the oil resources and reserves we have here in our own country.
No, that's what he's talking about now too. But I'm just saying though, like you gotta think about it. Like I think of it from a standpoint of I know where we were. How do we get to where we need to be? And then I know what obstacles we have. How do we avoid those obstacles? That's my perspective of it.
Listen, there's no avoiding the obstacles. All you can do is plan and prepare for the obstacles. There's no
yeah. If you plan and prepare, you're avoiding them.
No road worth walking is going to be easy.
Agreed.
Like, listen, if it's worth doing, it's not going to be easy.
Absolutely. And no road worth traveling is going to be, it's not easy. That fork in the road, we seem like we both would take that one direction from everybody else. I know that's my life story though. Like I always been apart from everything and a independent thinker and things like that. And my life was worse when I went along with certain things. My life is worse when I go along. When I always go along, it's bad.
Mm-hmm. Listen, when I just follow when I follow my heart, yeah, the road be bumpy. But when I follow what I feel like I know and believe to be right and true, shit, I get through everything. It's when I get to trying to go against that and second guess that is when shit just hits the fan.
Yeah, you got to go into it. Go into it. Like you got to get into it. If you believe it, go into it. Because when you stutter step, that's when you get caught up. I even know that, man. If that's your conviction, dude, go through it 10 toes down. Your results gonna be better, good or bad. They're gonna be good. It's gonna be good results because you're gonna get results.
Mhm.
And results teach you what to do next. Results teach you how to move the next step.
And I ain't gonna lie, right? I'm learning right now, and I ain't going into details because I ain't about to put my own personal business out there like that. But I'm learning right now that shit. Sometimes we go through shit because we like because
I
we
already know.
ain't
Go
listen
ahead.
to
Go ahead.
that first thought. We ain't listen to that first instinct.
Bring it home with that.
Like
Your
the
first
shit,
mind.
like
Talk.
something I'm dealing with right now. If a month and a half ago I'd have went with my first mind and my first decision and not allowed myself to be talked out of my first mind and my first decision, right? I wouldn't be going through what I'm currently going through right now.
And you know it's so important because people don't lost their lives for not following their first mind. And then the worst happened to us and be like, you know what? I should have did this. That was your first mind. And it's amazing that some people don't even have a first mind. Ain't that crazy?
It is.
You know, it's what it is, and it's how it's cracked up to be. You don't learn. Life ain't supposed to be this. Life ain't supposed to be that. Life is supposed to be what you make it, but at the same time, it's a little bit of everything. And I can't even, excuse me, I can't even say common sense can even help you maneuver. I can't even say that because it's not common. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to try to. It's harder these days to try to teach something to anybody because everybody's looking for a shortcut,
These niggas want to be stupid, man.
and it's okay. Ignorance is bliss. I don't blame them.
These listen, right? But at the same time, right? There is joy in the suffering and the burden that comes with knowledge and wisdom.
The
There's a
joy,
sense of joy and peace, right?
and I'll tell you exactly what it is. That joy and peace is like I could have did that, but I didn't. Now this person is suffering instead of me because I paid attention. That's the joy and peace, and then that's the bad part about it too, because somebody had to learn, and then and who learned from that? Somebody seeing it should have learned. I'd rather see something and learn from it than go through it than learn.
Listen, man. That's why. Listen, that's why important. That's why it's important to pass it forward. You feel me?
And I try to.
Like
I
when,
try to.
like when you've been through something and you look and you see, and there's somebody else going through what you've been through already. Now I had to learn. Listen, I had to learn the hard way. You can't try to force nobody nothing. You pick it down. If they don't set it up, you keep it pushing.
Yeah, but the thing is though, like at the end of the day, they gonna listen eventually. Not right away. It never happens right away. So patience is key on that matter. But at the end of the day, like when it's the end of the world, it's the end of the world, sky's falling, everything's falling. No words can be heard. That's why, and to each one, teach one. You stick with that person and keep telling that person. They eventually set in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just my thoughts and opinions.
Absolutely. And I ain't gonna lie. Shit, low key too, right? Sometimes precognition is a motherfucker because the ancestors will show you some shit. God and the ancestors will show you some things sometimes too. Like you'll know before it happens and you'll ignore it. People know somebody watching done ignored it. Somebody watching done ignored it. Y'all done got the feeling. Y'all done heard the whisper. Y'all done just knew like this ain't it. Y'all, you done stayed in a relationship you wasn't supposed to stay in. You done did something or stayed somewhere or whatever. Y'all don't listen. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And then it be sometimes, and whatever you believe, because I know not everybody believe in God, not everybody believe in the ancestors, none of that. I believe in both. You feel me? But even if you just want to say it's your instinct and your intuition, right? Things try to warn you sometimes before you go through it. Things try to warn you, and you just know, like long before the issue ever begins, like this is gonna end up being a problem because you see the signs and we ignore the signs because yeah, we have fun together, or or we making good money, or the sex is good, or whatever reason, right?
Those are all red flags to me. I'm not an optimist.
Listen, and now here it is. Listen, you ready to kill everybody at your job. You and your girl into it all the time. You feel like you can't trust none of your homies.
That's another thing. When you get my age, you don't have homies. You know what I'm saying? Your closest friends are goal oriented. You know, y'all got the same mission. Y'all getting to something. The common bond is a bigger picture. Now y'all can intertwine if y'all have the same mission. That's fine. And at the same time, though, but all of it applies to everybody. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Keep going, keep going. Shoot, 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 shoot. Don't stop. Ways around roadblocks, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And this turned into something we haven't even got to what I wanted to get to yet, but it was satisfying. Very satisfying. Usually I have the health coach on here and makes it make sense to me. And I will go back to saying like a lot of things are programmed into us without us even knowing.
No, like for real though.
From our diet to what we see and what we focus on and how we view things. Everything that's very important right now to everybody is not important at all.
None of this shit, man. Listen, prime example. The world was outraged. America was outraged when TikTok was down for not even 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't heard a motherfucking peep about all these mass ICE raids and nothing. Native Americans and legal immigrants and everybody just get light skinned black people, nigga, extra tan white people, just everybody just get motherfucker, everybody just getting snatched the fuck up by ICE and put.
And look, I'm pretty sure. I swear you saw my post about this. Exact same thing.
Ain't nobody said shit.
And then not only that, they dropping them off in a foreign land. They ain't taking them back home. You know why? Because they're gonna boing, be right back.
Mm.
They're not. They taking them to other place like Guantanamo Bay. No,
and it's crazy, right? And it's crazy that America even has the gall to have the attitude of you can't come over here running and hiding from wherever you running and hiding from. And America was built by motherfuckers running and hiding.
Can't lie.
Like this bitch.
Hey. My best way to view this is ain't nobody illegal if the land was stolen in the first place.
I swear, listen. Because if we kicking out all the illegal immigrants, listen, it's not listen, it'd be nowhere near as many people as it is now left.
Exactly. It's gonna be chaos.
Listen, especially if we talking about getting rid of birthright citizenship, because all you white people is only citizenship by birth. Because the real citizens of these lands, y'all told them y'all got to go live over here in these special areas.
We're gonna give y'all some casinos. Skedaddle now.
And
Going on now.
to go on these places and on this land that's supposed to be just for them specifically and snatch some of theirs up, talking about y'all illegal immigrants. Y'all Mexican. Y'all not native.
But you know where the Aztecs came from, Mayans, where those areas are.
Listen, the whole Southwest United States at one time was Mexico.
Hence the name New Mexico. But he going back too far. We can't do that. We he's talking about naming something over the pond, over the ocean, something American. No, you leave that be. And I don't believe in touching holy land, holy soil, or anything like that.
Listen, we sitting on somebody's stolen holy land right the fuck now. That's why America is fucked up.
Man, I believe we be sitting on Indian burial grounds and stuff that they didn't even bother removing and stuff.
I was about to say, the city I'm from that you work in is built on stolen Native American ground. Like they have historical plaques talking about how they stole this shit and how they're proud of it and how part of it is Native American burial ground.
And then I wonder, you know what? I'm not finna.
And then people wonder why Ipsy is fucked up and ghetto and ratchet and people
beautiful
really don't give a fuck.
But beautiful at the same time.
Oh, listen, don't get me wrong. I love my city. I just want the viewers to understand, right? Don't listen. Don't go to Ipsy just thinking it's all sunshine and rainbows. There's definitely certain areas where you need to keep your head on a swivel.
But if you're in that area, you know this.
Nah, because sometimes them college students wander off into them areas.
No, well, I said from. I should have said from. If you're from this area, you should know that.
Yeah. Because, listen, don't get me wrong. Ipsy is a beautiful place. We got some beautiful things, right? I love my city. I love my hood. But I also understand that my city is cutthroat like a motherfucker. Like, people from my city, if you brush them the wrong way, they just do not give a fuck.
I've noticed they so used to it, they want something to pop off. And then when you give them a different experience, it's beautiful.
That's these young niggas. These motherfuckers my age. Listen, we'll go there. We don't want to. We don't want to have to, but we will. These young motherfuckers that think that shit's cool because of hip hop. No, let me stop that because it's not even because of hip hop. It's because hip hop and mainstream rap is two different things. Absolutely. They think this shit is cool because of mainstream rap. Right? Because of mainstream rap, they think it's cool to be a menace to your own community. Right? I say all the time, 90% of the people that's out here gangbanging is out here gangbanging wrong because they part of the problem and not the solution. And anybody that knows anything about gangbanging, if you a gangbanger, you a member of a gang, you supposed to be part of the solution, not the problem. For any of y'all wrong opinion and ideas about how gangs operated.
Yeah, but it's beauty in all the chaos, though. You ever notice that?
It's beauty in the chaos because even still, whatever we might do to each other amongst each other, can't no outsider come in. Green side and south side might beef all day, every day, twice on Sunday, right? Let the KKK or the Aryan Brotherhood think they about to come through there and run in and do some shit.
Oh no, it's not gonna be that.
Let somebody from a whole different city come in on some bullshit. So
But
like,
at the same time, can't nobody go in on no righteous stuff either, though.
hold on. If you come in righteously, niggas will give you a pass. Right?
I see things, and I'm guilty of it too. Somebody doing something righteous, I'm like, I'm going about my daily life. But if I had opportunity, ample time and opportunity, I'll stop and give it a listen.
Here's the thing, right? You ain't gotta stop. It could be
You
somebody
banned from any
at work.
smoking devices. Next episode, none, no. Just get you a little something, and we gonna be cool because we having a decent, intelligent conversation, and it's like it's messing it up. I'm sorry, I had to say it's the elephant in the room. Like, come on, you're
All
speaking
right.
facts and everything, but I'm like, damn, these it's people that don't watch this. They don't want to hear it.
All right, I got you.
I'm sorry. My guess, I know y'all was waiting on me to say something, and I gotta say something.
Listen,
So
I got you. Now, listen, I understand.
okay, and guess I love y'all.
Listen, there you go. No, I understand people got different views and opinions about it, and
Well, no, if we
certain
talking
people,
about something, it's like okay, we get
yeah,
into it, and then
and to
like,
certain people, it might validate what I'm saying.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn. I'm like, fuck.
Listen, that's why I understood. Listen, that's why I understand when you say that, like, not a problem.
Because I'm like, damn, I should be shindigging. I'm a shindig after this one, but I gotta get the message across first, though. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then when you cover your mouth too, this app right here is silences.
Like,
Yeah, if you do that, if you and call, like, look, did you hear it?
yeah, I heard it.
Or you do it? Oh fuck! No, I thought it did. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe it was a glitch.
No, it usually stops that though. Like in between, like if you like or whatever, it'll fix it.
Um,
They
I'm
put they putting. I like this app especially because they ain't forcing AI on you. They asked me when I update, you want more AI? I'd be like, nah, I'm good. We're gonna rock like this. You know what I'm
listen.
saying?
My dog John Connor warned us all. He warned us all. I seen the movies. You seen Terminator?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure most of the audience has seen Terminator. Hey,
And that was a different type.
Skynet. Listen, I'm just gonna say that. I'm not. I'll go off grid so quick.
Motherfucker, I know that. Once you get back above ground and on grid and shit, then you want to talk about disappearing and shit. Look.
Listen,
That's defeating the whole purpose.
I'm talking about if they try to switch everything to where AI is running the country, right? I will listen. I will go off grid. And anybody that want to learn how to survive, you come with me for a year. I'll teach you everything you need to know. After that year, listen, it's time for you to go somewhere else, teach somebody else, and we're gonna slowly destabilize the system by everybody becoming free, becoming roamers and ranchers and all of this because everybody slow. But again, I also have some. I'll admit that my ideas about government and living and freedom might be a little out there to some
To
people.
some people, but it's out there respectfully. I don't see if I go outside my door, I don't see no militia outside. Like, yeah, you ain't follow, you ain't. Oh, what? What? Like, no.
It's just I have, and I respect people. Like matter of fact, one of the people I respect that I have the most amount of respect for, at like my cousin, my older cousin. I personally think Trump is a fucking idiot. That is my personal opinion of this orange motherfucker. Is he's an idiot, and it's somebody else telling him what to do.
And to each their own. I don't feel a certain way to even say anything like that. So
Now, my cousin, again, I respect my cousin the utmost, right? Out of everybody that I know, my cousin's opinion holds more weight than 99.9999999% of these motherfuckers.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Right? And he's a Trump supporter. He loves Trump. But at the end of the day, that's not what's important. Okay. You think Trump knows what he's talking about. I think he's full of shit. Cool, whatever. Besides that, what would we talk about? And the problem is, I feel like not enough people can do that. Think about it. How many friendships you know was ruined because of political differences and political views?
A lot. That's why like is being media trained. I can't. I'm not supposed to talk about politics, religion. I don't want to ruin valuable relationships.
Listen, and it's a shame that people don't understand that. Well, first off, if you and somebody else agree on 100% of everything, 100% of all the time, one of y'all is full of shit. Like, first off, that's just heads that one of y'all is full of shit, first and foremost. Because no matter how much of a bond you and somebody have, no matter how close y'all are, it's going to be something that y'all don't see eye to eye about.
Man, yeah, you always get that. You always get that motherfucker though. That motherfucker though. Which it's okay. It's okay.
Think
But
about
it's
it.
yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I'm really, really thinking about it.
No matter how close y'all are, they're going to do something, say something that you don't like or that you don't agree with. And that's okay. Because we are human. I ain't got to like everything my mama say to me. That's still my mama. I still love her.
Yeah,
You
and I
ain't
wish.
like everything your brother says to you. That's still your brother. You still love him.
Yeah, at the end of the day, everything was true though. I mean, now I miss my mama. I mean, I wanted her to shut up, but now it's the day. Now I wish I could. I could hear her voice and everything like that. So I get it. I get that definitely. You know, and that's the way it should be though. You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one. I'm still learning as well.
Like, tell me if you think I'm full of. Listen, if you think I'm full of hot air, please let me know. If you,
No, man, you
I
too
don't know.
literal.
Listen,
You too literal.
I'm not talking about you specifically. All right, but like, if you think I'm talking, I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me know. Educate me. Listen, you show me I'm wrong, I'll gladly shut up and learn something new.
And then I always been that person to actually do that. But right now, I mean, it's not no boss employee, no, no type of thing like that. We're on a level playing field. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie. When I was still working for the same people you working for, I felt like I had to reserve how I talked and interacted with you a little bit.
That's with anybody. And I felt the same way too. And no, I didn't feel that way. No, I needed to reserve and act a different certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way it is, though.
We had to keep it professional.
Like exactly. And then on this stage, we still have to.
Mm-hmm. Because let's be honest, you've seen me in person. You know I'm a little more, I'm a little more a little goofier in person than I am online.
No, your brain work different. I'll say that. Your brain work different. I'm like, okay, all right, I rock with you. I
Listen,
rock with you.
my brain works different, but I accomplish whatever it is it was set out to be accomplished.
Yeah, man. Um, we conjured up something. I'm gonna see what this do. And I have a question.
All right.
How come you never share this type of stuff, this type of energy with other people?
This energy right here, I do though. It's just not with everybody. It's people I got a rapport with, right?
I got a rapport with a lot of people too.
I'm not gonna like, right?
If they ask, it's okay.
I'm not going to exude my energy in spaces where my energy can't interact with your energy and both energies build and feed off of each other.
You said they not?
Yeah, if they not doing that, I can't exude my energy. Like if I'm the only one exuding energy, if my energy is the only one that's like present and people are reacted to, I want to go somewhere else.
That's crazy. This everything, all these signs. They say watch the signs. I gotta end this. I have to text you to get you to understand where I'm coming from. Watch the signs. And that's always something told me in my head when I woke up today, like watch the signs. I've been looking and looking and looking all day. I wasn't expecting to do an episode today. Tuesday at 8. I've been trying to get it where I fit in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
I'm gonna end this one. I'm gonna hit you up on another note, another
Yeah.
level to let you
Hit me
explain
up.
this
I know what you're
because
talking about. You done piqued my curiosity.
God is working in divine time right now. And thank you. I appreciate you every fucking time, though. I swear.
Listen, always, man. You know it's all love. You my brother.
You my brother as well. But yeah, I gotta end this one, and I'm gonna hit you up when everything settles and everything. Because okay, my open time to everything else after 8 to 9 is my time, but after that, then it's all like man, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up though, definitely to let you better understand things and how things work. And I promise you will have a different understanding about how I maneuver through things and stuff like that. I gotta let you know that.
For sure.
All right, for sure, man. I love you, man, and this been real.
Listen, love you too. Love the viewers. Listen, man. Really hoping on one of y'all to decide that y'all want to come up and join us one of these times I'm on the episode. It add to it. Listen, I love good conversation. That's all.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna get to you, man. They laying it on me right now. The devil is always busy. I gotta get to it. All
All right.
right.
All right.